Good morning, bedheads. Click. Oh my gosh, I am pumped this morning. I got red on for, well, Wisconsin, at least the university. Go, Wisconsin, go, Wisconsin. Oh. Did I? Oh my gosh, did I just break your eardrums? I am pumped. Oh my gosh. All right. Way to go. You know what, you guys, I don't know how much you've looked into this, but we are doing very good. And I am so hopeful for the future. First of all, this calls for a happy dance. Thank you to one of our community members who mailed this to me a while ago. Click. It's amazing. I was like, when am I going to be able to use that mug? It's got to be something special. This is special. So, first of all, the margin was huge. It was huge. I don't care. Like, I think I saw an article that said, oh, a slim margin. I'm like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't slim. I think it was like 57 to 42, unless it changed overnight. That's the last one I saw. But after they called it, it was like 57 to 42. But here's the thing. The county that Muskrat went to turned blue. They voted blue. That is amazing. It is so exciting. Way to go, Brown County. Way to go. You know, and the thing is, I just learned this too. I was watching Tabitha Speaks Politics this morning. I got like a whole bunch of information in like 6 minutes from her. Again, anytime I talk about somebody, it'll be posted below. If you guys aren't following Tabitha Speaks Politics, highly, highly recommend. First of all, she's enjoyable. She's extremely informative. She does her research and she's not like negative. She just fills you in and she's just, I don't know. There's just her energy. I just love it. Like she said, what did she say this morning? Basically like, oh, she was talking about Cory Booker, which I do want to talk about in a minute. But she was like, if you're not in on what Cory was doing, then you just sit right down or something. I don't know the way she said it was just beautiful. She just has a way with words. I just really enjoy her. But anyway, so way to go, Brown County. So proud of you. Because, you know, they voted against what they thought was their values, so that can't be easy. Right? Because we all have values we've grown up with. And now they're being forced to shift those because of the crookedness, allegedly, in the other party that they've always been supporting. So that can't be easy at all. It wouldn't be easy for me, if I had to switch my values, and we've all had to do that from time to time. So, I just love the fact. Okay, first of all, I was thinking about Muskrat going to Brown County, so Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I was thinking about that and I'm thinking, well, I've caught it along the way over the last month or two, but isn't his approval rating like negative? Why would they even put him out there? Too bad he didn't go to Florida too. Which, by the way, we're going to check on Florida. I'm a little suspect about Florida, so we're going to ask the SGs this morning about Florida. So, but why would they put him out there? It's like, because that honestly is how narcissistic they are. They don't even see it. They don't believe like their numbers could be in the negative or his could be so low. And so they send him out there. But I didn't know. Now, Tabitha said this morning. I have not seen anything. I wondered if there would have been a protest outside of the rally he held the other night on Sunday. I wondered if there was. I hadn't seen anything. They might have covered it locally. I have no idea. But apparently they were shouting the whole time he was in there. I don't have proof of this because I haven't seen it, but Tabitha mentioned, I don't know if there was the whole time he was in there or whatever, but she said they were shouting, you can't buy our votes. You can't buy our votes. So that's amazing. Oh my gosh. It's very exciting. I can see this. I'm very, very hopeful for the future, you guys. Here's why. Because I will thank F-45 for, well, you know what? This is a spiritual, bigger picture thing. Okay. So I'm not going to thank F-45, but I can see how all the structures are going to be broken down. Boom, 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 boom. And then we are going to get radical. Oh, yes, we are. You know what? If they continue to call us radical left, you know what? I'm not going to be, I was annoyed by, I've always been annoyed by that term, but not anymore. I actually saw a comment from somebody in our community. Thank you. I didn't catch your name. But I saw the comment and it said, yeah, we are radical. Let's get radical. And I thought, yes, we are going to get radical. So let's let them break it, break, and then we are going to get radical to build it back up. And you know what? We are going to demand universal health care. We are going to demand universal rights for women's health. We are going to all the things. Okay. So that is where we are going to make. Okay. So our part-time job, our new hobby right now is to, I had a good way of saying it, is to persist towards breaking down fascism. Let's just say it. I had a better way of saying it that included all positive. I'll bring it back sometime. It's in my phone. I can't remember what I said, but so anyway, so let's just say fighting against. I really don't like the term, but it's, you know, I don't want to flubble up my little speech here. So anyway, so right now we are working towards making sure fascism, let's just say that, doesn't take over the USA, okay, and the world basically, okay? That's our part-time job, our new hobby. Then our new hobby is going to be building it back, and we are going to do it as a people because we've never been this involved as people, okay? So we're not going to let this crap go on anymore. So we are going to get radical. I'm all about it. Go ahead. I mean, that's what okay, so they think we're radical, so let's be radical because they haven't seen radical. You know who's radical is what they're doing. Again, always saying the things they say are that against the other side, against the people basically, is always what they're projecting, right? It's always what they're doing. So they call us radical, but what they're doing is extremely radical. Well, okay. I say, yeah, let's get radical, man. I'm going to totally get radical. So way to go, Brown County. So proud of you. Oh my gosh. How amazing. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to point out, I thought this was interesting the other day. I did catch Muskrat talking to, somebody. He was doing some interview and he was talking about Tim Walz, how Tim had a sign up at one of his rallies about Tesla or something. And he was like, it literally came out of Muskrat's mouth. It's just evil. It's so evil how he could do that. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's incredible. But this isn't evil. That's not. No, that's not evil. To hold a sign up against his one company, I don't think is evil, Muskrat. I don't think so. Oh, it's just mind blowing when you hear stuff like that. So, anyways, the last thing I wanted to mention is talk a little bit about Cory Booker, and I have an idea that we could. Well, we should. I'm hoping that we'll all send postcards to Cory now and say thank you. So, yeah, and then we'll do a reading and we're going to ask about Florida. So, okay, yeah. So, Cory, apparently, again, this all came from Tabitha. Okay. And I really trust her. I trust her to get the facts right. So apparently 355 million people were watching him on TikTok. That's just on TikTok. That's incredible. And obviously around the world, right? 355 million. What? And he surpassed. Okay, so if you guys don't know about Cory Booker, so he is a senator. I believe he's a senator. Cory Booker, senator. Because he was on the Senate floor, I believe. And he filibustered. Cory. I hope Hawk takes, you guys know I listen to Hawk. Yeah, he's longest Senate speech. Okay. Hawk podcast. He came out really early when Corey started this, and he was kind of bashing him a little bit. I hope he reevaluates that. He thought he was just trying to get attention. Well, yeah, he was. That's exactly what he was doing, and he got it. So I didn't realize that the name is familiar to me. This name Storm Thurmond is familiar to me, but I didn't, I've heard the name maybe when I was studying history or whatever. But so he surpassed, Cory Booker is in the Senate. He was filibustering yesterday. Why did I get this error message? Okay. He was filibustering yesterday. Actually, he filibustered for 25 hours. Can you talk for 25 hours? Holy schmoly. 25 hours. And it was all factual stuff about what F-45 is doing. It was an anti-F-45 speech for 25 hours. And 355 million on TikTok were watching it. So he took the opportunity to educate, and I'm going to watch it now. I wasn't watching. I didn't watch any of it. So I'm totally going to watch it. Not 25 hours worth, but, at least catch it. So he's going to be exhausted. So I really, if let's just say 5,000 people watch this video, if half of us could send him thank you postcards, or whoever is inspired to, let's do it, you guys. Let's send him postcards today. Okay. And just say thank you. Thank you for standing up against, or thank you for standing up for democracy. Yeah, for democracy. I know when I talked about the fascism last time, everybody said, well, let's just say we're fighting for democracy. Not fighting, but we're standing up for democracy. We're standing up for democracy. Sometimes I feel like there's a need to say the word fascism, though. So that's my thing. I feel like there's power in helping people understand that we're not just standing up for democracy, because we've been sort of used to having, well, we've taken it for granted. We have taken democracy for granted, for sure, because in my lifetime, I've always had it. Okay. And those who are older than me, so I just turned 56, those who are older than me haven't always had it, or understand the fight that it took, okay, for like civil rights and all that kind of stuff, okay. And people actually, people of marginalized communities know that they also haven't always had their rights. So, but for me, I've always had it, so I've taken it for granted. So I want to make sure that sometimes I use fascism so people, so for me, I understand this is a bigger issue. It's even, I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to use that term sometimes, because I think that's, anyways, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. So cut, clear, cancel, whatever. Okay. That's what happens when you don't edit too. I could edit that whole thing out, but I'm not gonna. So you can just watch me go around in a little circle and not really come to an ending on it, but maybe you understand what I'm saying. Okay. So yeah, let's send Cory a postcard. That would be amazing. You can send him like 4 of them if you want. So he surpassed Storm Thurmond. So you have to look up Storm Thurmond. I don't really have the history on it. However, what Tabitha said is Storm Thurmond filibustered against civil rights. He filibustered against civil rights. And the amazing thing is, so I love the fact now that Cory Booker now owns the record. And so maybe we don't, so Storm Thurmond's, he actually filibustered he must have filibustered for 24 hours, because Cory he now has the longest record in 25-hour stand for anti-45. Okay. And it's just bizarre to me that Storm Thurmond, let's not even give him any more attention. Storm, I think he's passed, but he filibustered against civil rights. Ew. So anyways, okay. Very, very fun morning. I am pumped. and I slept really well. I slept long. Lucy woke me up in the middle of the night, and then I was thinking, and I have to say, like, for those of you who are joining in the Spirit Circle right now, working on, I'm calling it Sacred Shadows, actually. It's sort of like we're doing shadow work. And if you're not in the Spirit Circle, but you want to join us, anyways, this is the workbook that we're using. And it's listed below. And I also have the next book that we're starting. Now we may end up doing this a little bit longer. No, I think we should be able to get through this in April. I think we should be able to. So anyways, I think I started feeling the effects of the shadow work, even from exercise 1, which was like a little discontent, let's just say. So I think I was feeling that last night while I was sleeping, and then when I woke up, and then I had a hard time falling asleep. But I thought, okay, I'm just going to ask for a release of this. Release, release, release. And the other thing I watched this morning, I caught Mel Lawson 777. Again, list it below. And she had, which is kind of interesting, she channeled an image, and the message behind the image was release. All they kept saying was release, release, release. And I thought, okay, like I sat for a minute and I closed my eyes while they were saying that. And I think that's what we're going to do. I know there are therapists here who would think, my approach here is probably totally ridiculous. And I respect you a gazillion, like so much. So, I mean, I'm not going to argue against that. But my approach is going to be to work on this, to work on shadows and release it like by clearings. So in the Spirit Circle, when we're going to do at the end of each week, we're going to do a clearing to try to just release it. So it can be done gently and kindly. It doesn't have, now I know some trauma is deep, so I'm not taking away from that, but I'm going to, as much as we can release, just release, let it come up and release it. Okay. It doesn't have to hang on forever and ever and ever is how I feel. But I also know that trauma is very different for everybody. And, but there's some things I've been hanging on for 50 years and I'm like, time to release it. Let's just release it. So, and not even like big trauma, not in terms of like a traumatic one incident. Do you know what I mean? So anywho, yeah, so that's what I was feeling a little bit last night, I think. So, okay. So I do have a message from the SGs this morning, a pendulum message. I have a couple thank yous to do. I want to check so let's go ahead and check with, and then we're going to do an oracle. I've got 2 oracles we're going to do today. We're going to do one for the collective and then one for individual from a card deck that I got from a community member. Okay. Okay. So let's just check about the Florida. I'm just curious about Florida to see if there was shenanigans there. And I am not trying to say like, if we lose, there's always shenanigans. Okay. But like they couldn't argue against the one in Wisconsin last night. Margins were too, and apparently a couple of the voting areas in Wisconsin, I think it was either in Madison or Milwaukee, ran out of ballots, which is a good sign. I mean, it's unfortunate they did, but like 2 hours before close, but, I'm hoping that, people didn't have to wait too long. But that's a good sign. More people were voting. So, okay. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, and all of those of the purest and highest light. And I ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel, our community, and this channel, so it is only of the purest and highest light. Amen. Good morning. I haven't talked to them today. How you doing? Nice. Okay. So, I have not like I said, I haven't talked to them today, so I have no idea I just wonder about Florida. Can you guys tell us, is it in our best interest to know about the Florida voting results that took place on April 1st, 2025? Yes. Okay. So, and again, I don't know the specifics. I know it was a very close margin. Okay, they're saying yes. Okay. Were there two? There was two, right? Two voting? Okay. And I believe they both went red. Is that correct? Okay. Was there shenanigans in the Florida voting? And this is allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Yes. Okay. Will it be okay? Here's the other thing okay, I will talk about in a second. It has to do with making phone calls. Will that be, will they do a recount? Will the Dems demand a recount on those? Okay, yes. Okay. Do they need a little pressure from us to do the recount? No. Okay, but that's what I'm thinking is we should still make phone calls, and I don't even know who to make phone calls um, to make sure there's a recount on that. So will it be found out? Will the shenanigans in Florida be found out? Yes, but will the results change of the being found out? Oh, okay, yes. Will the results change in the month of April? Yes. Is there anything that would prevent the switch, do you think? Okay, yes. So there is something that could prevent it from, okay. So it's not is it an absolute that it'll change? No. Okay. All right. Okay, so if anybody knows like who we could call, because if we could flood their offices, that actually would make a difference. Like not the red, like not Republicans, but who could we call in that area that would be Democratic? Or is it just the DMC in general? I don't want to call I don't want to flood people just to flood people, but because they probably working on other stuff. But if we could make some phone calls to say, hey, please do a recount. We support you. Please do a recount of those in Florida. That would be amazing. So let me know if you guys have any. So folks who are looking for information, check out the comments and see if anybody has any ideas. Okay. Maybe just a quick Google search would help. So, okay. So let's do the message for today. So last night, we had a video last night on Anonymous. Okay, so if you haven't watched it, I'll post it right here. Here will be my Start Here playlist for those who are new to the channel. Okay, I'll have a Start Here playlist. Here I will post the Anonymous. We ask the SGs your questions basically about the group Anonymous. Okay, they're a hacker group for Anonymous. Oh, they're called Anonymous. And one of the things I said is I was going to do a pendulum check on because I said during the read, I'm like, what is behind all the distractions that F45 is doing? Like, what is it? And it's not going to come as a surprise to you, but I thought, well, why are they distracting us with all of these things? Okay. And, even like Greenland and Canada, which I understand they've backed down from Canada. F45 is backed down from Canada because I think the prime minister has kind of put him in his place. So maybe it had to do with the oil that I believe. Again, I got to go in and do some research about this. It's just snippets that I've been picking up. But I believe that Canada said that they were just going to run their pipelines to China, through China, instead of to the United States. And that might have shut F40. Let's see if we hear him talking about Canada at all. Let's see. So Linda, I'm going to be thanking you today. And Linda's from Canada. Hugs from Canada. See, they still love us. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. I love it. Okay. So the distraction, again, not going to be a surprise to you, but so when I asked, what are they doing that they're causing all these distractions? And that's what they wrote, hiding money, allegedly. Okay, so that's not a surprise, right? Yeah. So they're just doing all this stuff to so that we can't see, or the courts can't see, or somebody like who would be keeping an eye on this is just, they're trying to keep them distracted too, probably. It's not us. Like, what am I going to do about them doing this, right? Okay, so the message that I asked them for what's going on globally, or mostly in the United States right now, okay? And this could be a global message. I'm not 100% sure. I could ask them after I tell you this, but this was their message for today. Let me just pull out and see what the message was yesterday. There's so many messages. I just created a new section, Sacred Shadows. I love the idea that I'm calling it. Actually, AI gave me that. I asked AI for a bunch of different ideas of what I could call this. I didn't want to call it shadow work. So one of the ideas was Sacred Shadows. And I thought, you know what? Our shadows have served us. They have served us. So that's why I like the idea of Sacred Shadows. So that's what I'm calling it. So let's see. Okay, so yesterday was "You are safe." And then I said, regarding what? And they said, liar. We're safe from the liar. Why do we need to hear this? They said, Hague, like the Hague. And what about the Hague? And they said, coming. Okay. On the 31st, they said, Rasputin is dead, unalived. So I'm like, okay. On the 30th, which is interesting because that's the first message in 2 months that we've ever gotten about him. So on the 30th, they said, help is coming from ICC. We pulled a unicorn that day. And then, several of the messages, like on the 27th of March, was just let go, like let go of the timing. In fact, somebody had asked me, what was the sticky note that I had? Somebody said a comment. It was cute. They're like, is anyone else curious about Karen's sticky note that she's had up on the cabinet up here? So up there, when I do my other reading, I had a sticky note, and where's my finger? On that cabinet right there. Okay. So it was one of the pendulum readings that I do like this. And I'm looking for it because I took it down to show you, and now I don't have it. It's over there somewhere. But it was leave F45 to Jesus. It was just my reminder. And I actually don't need it anymore there because I really am. Like, now it's sunken in. Like, leave it to Jesus. So anyway, so you guys are like, tell us what it is. Okay, so this is the message. Sit tight, home. So they just, they don't speak in complete sentences. I mean, they could, but sit tight. So what they're really saying is sit tight at home. Okay. Now, I'm going to say that I don't know, it was like February. There were some message about this too. And I remember like folks in the comments saying, oh, my husband, I remember once, I hope you're back from your trip and I hope it was amazing. She said, oh, my husband and I are just about to go on a road trip for a month. And I said, no, just go. Like, because, again, stuff shifts. So, and that was in February. I think it was February or maybe early. Yeah, it must have been February. Because it's only like 1 month since I've been doing the pendulum. Maybe a little bit longer, but I can't find my pendulum page. So yeah, don't change your plans, obviously, because of the pendulum. But if you're not making plans, I found it. Let's see. Where else did they say? So I started using the pendulum on February 10th with the channel here. And so really it's only been almost 2 months. Okay, so it'll be fun because I have every single message that I've done. It'll be fun at some point to look back. Yeah, it was like the end of February. They said city under attack, DC disruption. And then on the 26th, they said war in sight. And then I said, what else do you have to say? And they said, hi. Okay. So I know people around that time. So I don't want to freak people out. That's not what this is about. It's just information. It's just information. So they just said, sit tight. And sometimes when people say sit tight, you know, like, oh, just sit tight, it's coming. Like, you know what I mean? So that maybe doesn't mean, but they did say sit tight home. So are you guys, was your sit tight home message encouraging people who are maybe not making plans right now to just kind of sit tight at home? Yes. Is it unsafe to go? They're already saying no. Okay. So if people have travel plans, would you recommend they cancel their travel plans? No. Okay. Okay. It's just, you know, it's just to keep an eye out, just, you know, keep aware. So for some reason they are saying sit tight home. Okay. So take that for what it's worth, and maybe it's helpful information for you, not to be used for fear at all. Okay. Because they do not have that intention. I completely 1000% believe that everything they say is for love. Okay. So I don't feel fear anymore when I get these messages because I totally trust that it's for love. Okay. Okay. So let's do my little, I have two thank yous today. So Jamie. Okay. Here, hang on a second. So Gary in our community has been here from the beginning, sent me this mug. Okay. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine with a dumpster. Okay. Dumpster fire. Because we've been saying like for a long time, like hold the light, even though there's a dumpster fire going on. And now I really feel like I'm at a place where I can hold the light. I couldn't do this, you know, so I would, you know, we were using humor, it was very helpful. Okay. I couldn't hold the light for a little while, like a couple months. Okay. But I am a place, at least right now, we'll see what happens with my shadow work, but I'm hoping to release that. So, anyway, so now Jamie, I just got in the mail yesterday. Oh my God. Are you serious? I wonder if it's from the same company. Emotional support dumpster fire. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. So it's got to be from the same company, I would think. Look at that. And not only that, yeah, it's got to be because then Jamie sent, well, I don't know. People could have taken it, you know. Jamie, thank you so much. I'm going to give one of these to each of my nephews because I got a couple of them and my sister. So they'll love that. They'll love those. That's amazing. So Jamie said that she said, thought you would like this little guy. I have his brother on my desk. So Jamie, let's give him kisses. Get your brother up here and let's give him little kisses. Okay. So thank you so much. That really made me laugh. And then I got from Linda again from Canada. Thank you, Linda. Love it. I love this postcard. I got a postcard from Canada. Very cool. And so she sent, and now it's so funny. She sent me a mug. She sent me an oracle deck, which we're going to use today. Okay. And because I really I do enjoy using the decks that I got from community members because it's like it's for the community, you know? So, she sent me this, what do you call those? Where you can put your mug down on them. I can't think of what. So, and it's interesting because now, so here's what it says. Shit is effed up and stuff. Shit is fucked up and stuff. But what's so funny is like, now that I'm in such this mood of like seeing the bigger picture and seeing the optimism now and seeing how people are actually not being duped anymore. Now I see like, this is like, yeah, their shit is fucked up and stuff, you know? So I love that. So thank you, Linda. That's cute. What do you call those? A cup. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. What do you call those things? You don't have to put them in though. We don't need to flood the comments. That would be boring. Flood the comments. I can look it up. So, okay. So this is the deck that Linda sent me, Return of Spirit. Return of Spirit. So let's do an oracle. And I energized it yesterday and did some cleansing on it. I put my selenite wand on it to just kind of clear the energy from the traveling and the packaging, whoever packaged it. not your energy, Linda. Well, it kind of did need to clear your energy too, just because the reading is coming from me, and I'm going to ask for it to come from all of our guides. If we had time, which we kind of do, let's do this, you guys, just for shits and giggles. Well, I mean, I'm not on a time limit. I just don't know how long people watch these, but let's go ahead and right now, I'm going to have you choose. We're going to do a quick pick a card. Okay, just a quick one. All right. So go ahead, pick 1 through 3 if you want to close your eyes for a second, and whatever number comes to you just right away, or just pick it. You know, like just use your intuition. What card do you want to what card do you want to pick? I think I'm going to pick 2. Okay. So let's do 3 cards. So 1 through 3. So pick your card, and that will be your message for today. Okay. All right. And this is on behalf of Linda. Thank you so much. So I already did the prayer today. So that includes, you know, that counts for the card draws. So you guys, can you please tap into everybody in the community who's watching this now and in the future? And which card, for those who picked 1, they know who picked 1. What card do you want folks to have for the pick 1? What card do you want folks to have for pick 1? That would be the most helpful for them. I like, oh, thank you. We got a dropper. I like this deck. It fits my hands. It fits my hands. It's a really nice size. Okay. What card do you want us to have for card 2? Let me just I'll have to double check on that one. And, okay, let me just double check on that one. Is the card 2 the correct card? Yes. Is card number 1 the correct card? Yes. Okay. All right. And so card number 3. Card number 3. I don't know why I was inspired. I thought about it earlier doing a pick. I was really inspired to do a pick a card today, and it came up in my head again. So I thought, okay, well maybe some of us need different messages today. Okay, so 3. What do our 3s need, you guys? What do our 3s need to hear or want to hear today? What do our 3s need to hear? For those who picked 3. Hello. Okay, let's just see if that one just kind of poked out at the end in the from the deck, didn't fall. Is number 3 the correct card? Yes. Are there any other cards you want me to pull? No. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Fun. Again, thank you, Linda, on behalf of Linda from Canada. It's even better. Okay, you ready? Number 1. Let's take a look at the image first. See what you get from the image. Okay. And the word on it is immunity. Immunity. Okay, so let's just do a quick read on that and see what message you got. Immunity. Okay, so the immunity card comes when you are feeling as though you are under attack. Oh. You may be experiencing disagreements or arguments. Perhaps you are feeling belittled, unworthy, or misunderstood. Whatever the case may be, there is a feeling of the need to protect yourself. Sometimes these feelings may not even involve an individual person, but are perceived from the world at large. It's important that you stay grounded at this time and not fall into old patterns or behaviors or reactions. This is an opportunity to deal with your feelings and the situation in a healthier way. So this could be like sacred shadow work, if you're feeling this, that maybe it is time. Because I know that some people in the spirit circle are like, I don't know, there's a lot going on. I don't know if I want to deal with the shadows right now. And I'm like, you know what? Our shadows are coming up whether you want to deal with them or not, right? Because the stuff going on is actually forcing them, it's forcing them up. You are not responsible for what others say, think, believe, or feel. You do not have to own it or try to fix it or change anything in an attempt to appease them. Every person on this planet is responsible for their own behavior. I'm loving just hearing this message for myself, even though I picked two. The immunity card offers you a layer of protection, beautiful, from the negative energy surrounding the situation so that you can respond and take action in a positive manner. So if you want to take a picture of this, you could actually hold this image in your mind's eye when you're meditating, because it just said this card offers you a layer of protection. Just as your physical body builds its immune system, energetically you are building a healthy response system to negative experiences and people. I never thought of it. Oh my gosh, this deck is amazing. I've never thought of it that way before. Just as your physical body builds its immune system, energetically you are building a healthy response system to negative experiences and people. You will not be affected in the same way should this type of situation occur again in the future. Very cool. You will gain a healthy form of protection on the inside and no longer need to energetically wear a shell of protection on the outside. Those around you will feel the shift in your energy as you become more accepting and open to letting others into your personal world. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. All right, I'm going to have to use I'm going to have to do pick three again and use this more often. Okay, number two, are you ready? All right, here's the image. Wow. Okay. Manifest. Manifest. Okay, manifest. So let me know, you guys, if you picked number one, did that resonate with you? Or when I read these other ones, maybe there's something, because that one resonated with me for some parts, Okay, energetically, everything is falling into place. You are coming into a high point where you will find you are able to easily manifest the people, things, and situations you need to carry you forward on your journey. The energy of manifestation is a creative force, and right now it is in full flow for you. Stay focused on where you want to go in your life and how you want to feel. Don't worry about the details of what you think life should look like. The universe is infinitely wiser than we are and our human point of view. Just know and trust that things will come to you in perfect order and in perfect time. We don't manifest anything that is not part of our soul's plan. So while you may not win a lottery, you can expect to experience abundance and ease while these energies are here. This is a great time to play with and learn about the order of manifesting. While you will notice that most of what is manifested is done by the higher self, a smaller portion will be manifested from your conscious mind. Explore it fully and have fun with it. Very cool. Okay, number three. Wow, these images are amazing. Cool. Okay. Number three, change of mind. Change of mind. So this card comes when we are in the process of moving into a higher level of cognitive functioning. This is a direct effect of the shifting vibrational frequencies on the planet. Those who are ready for these new frequencies will begin to notice changes in their physical and energetic processes. The card signifies a shifting of your conscious functioning. Your cognitive processes are beginning to operate within the field of the higher frequencies. That's cool. This can be seen as a change in your perception of how you view yourself, how you view this world, and your understanding of your innate connection with Source. You may find yourself making decisions based on abstract knowings. You will start to understand the underlying causes behind the actions and behaviors of others. Like, I feel like this is what I was just talking about, how I'm, just really trusting now that we're going to break everything down and then build it back up. You will find you are clearer in what your own truth is and feel more empowered in it. Information will be quickly processed and sorted. Your thinking will start to encompass the bigger picture and understand how you fit into it. This is a part of the process in becoming an open channel to and from the divine. The division between thoughts and intuition will begin to fade as they blend into one cohesive faculty. Very cool. I saw angel wings right away. I don't know what you guys saw. Very cool. All right, well, I'm not going to read the because this is so positive. I don't want to, the other one, this was the deck they wanted me to use today for but I kind of like ending here. I think this is amazing. So again, number 1, 2, and 3. All right, well, let me know what you picked and if it resonated with you. And again, thank you so much, Linda and Jamie. Very enjoyable. I will definitely use this deck again for pick 3. I think this is an amazing pick 3 card deck. So, all right, have an amazing day, you guys. We'll talk to you. Oh, tonight, and I hesitate sometimes to say what I'm doing, but I'm for sure doing this because I am prepared and ready. So we have 2 more messages for the month of March, and energy messages or messages they wanted us to, I'm sorry, I always keep saying March, but for April, okay? I already did 2. I'll post that video right here. We pulled cards on the first 2 messages to decode them. Tonight I'm doing the next 2, and there's 8 messages overall. So by the middle of next week, we'll have them all done. So, all right, very good. Hopefully we'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Central. Bye-bye.